Hi, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday we started chapter 10. We didn't complete it though. Let's see what happens in the rest of the chapter. Let's continue chapter 10. Manthara was in her palace, in her office room. Her palace as well had a symmetrical garden, exquisite, but smaller compared to the emperor's, which was a conscious choice. Her palace as well was perched on a hill, a little lower than the royal palace. Her residence was so beautiful, it reflected her wealth and social status. Manthara was a brilliant businesswoman, and she was no fool. The anti-mercantile atmosphere of Saptasindhu accorded her a low stature, notwithstanding her wealth. However, nobody had the courage to say this to her on her face. She was sometimes called a profiteering lackey of the foreign demon Ravan. But the truth was, every businessman had to deal with Ravan. He held a monopoly over external trade with the Saptasindhu. And this was not signed by the traitors but the king himself. But at the end of the day, it was the traders who were blamed for dealing with Ravan. And Manthara, being the most successful in this field, she faced the prejudice the most. She was born in a very poor family and got infected with smallpox at a very young age, leaving her facial skin parched. At the age of 11, she got contracted polio. It spread and made her right foot partially paralyzed, giving her an odd limp. Because of this limp, at the age of 20, she slipped from the balcony, leaving her back disfigured. She observed the disdain in people's eyes. She knew nobody could say her a thing to the face. She was so wealthy, she could have financed entire royal expenditure of Kosala along with other kingdoms. Apart from that, she had immense power and influence. While Manthara was in her office, Dhruvu came, stood a few feet away, and asked her what she wanted to discuss. Manthara gestured him to come closer, so he went down on his knees, and nobody would have heard what they talked about. Manthara finally spoke that she knew everything she needed to know. Roshni had unwittingly revealed her the characters of all the princes. She wished to put Bharat in charge of diplomatic affairs and Ram to look after the city police. Dhruvu asked her that I thought you were kinda liking Prince Ram. Giving diplomatic affairs to Prince Bharat meant he would have better connections with other kingdoms, giving him a possible chance to build a strong empire and become the emperor. Ayodhya was the overlord of all other kingdoms, and yet again, it was no longer as powerful as it was. So building relationship with other kingdoms would be advantageous. The city police chief, on the other hand, kept law and order and protected the city from going abysmal. Rich people had the possibility to afford security setup. However, the poor suffered terribly. So if Bharat took the diplomatic affairs, Ram would be left with this thankless job. If he somehow controlled the public from committing crime, he would be hated and resented even more. And if he is kind, the crime rates would increase and he would be the one to blame. So no matter what he did, he would be blamed nevertheless. Manthara dismissively comments that she likes Ram, but she likes money more. This is not the point of choosing between Ram and Bharat. Rather, this is a choice between Kaikeyi and Kaushalya, and no matter who is it, Kaikeyi will always win. When the competition is between Ram and Kaikeyi, Ram doesn't stand a chance. The nobility still hates Ram for the defeat in Battle of Karachapa. So getting people to like Ram would mean we have to give bribes. But for Bharat, we don't have to pay much to the nobility. So Dhruv finally understood the entire plan, and he says that he'll take care of everything because Guru Vashisht is away and he is the greatest supporter of Prince Ram. Manthara then goes back to another point he kind of missed. He asked Dhruv that you still do not have the information where Guru Vashisht has gone for such a long week. You don't even know where he is and why he's going, when he's returning. So Dhruv apologizes, saying, "No, my lady, I'm sorry." So Manthara says, "Sometimes I don't know why even I pay you." That was the end of chapter 10. To know what happens next, keep coming back. Bye-bye.